Greetings, it is I, Tantus Naraban Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome. We're continuing my discussion on Werewolf the Apocalypse in the World of Darkness. We last left off, we were talking about werewolf society, where they were in the world. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the Wyrm. I'm going to start talking about it. Now, the Wyrm is both hated and feared by the garou, but they never directly battle against it. No one knows its true nature, for it is only battled against the minions that the garou attempt to constantly battle and defeat. It is said that no garou has successfully spoken to or seen of it in ever recorded garou history. So no one knows what true form it actually is, only that it manifests itself through these minions which launch their attacks against Gaia. Though there does seem to be an intelligence behind these creatures. Banes will speak of this thing they fear, that they serve because of fear to it. So, whether or not you believe it actually exists, there is some intelligence behind it. And the forces of the Wyrm take three main forms, three factions, each with their own leader. Each of these beings has their faction and warriors. The Beast of War is a creature of violence, spreading destruction and death. The Eater of Souls devours energy, matter, and spirit. The Defiler Wyrm is the one that targets human society, implanting it deep within there and spreading the corruption within them. Now, one of the main forces of the Wyrm is the spirits that are associated with it. Those that are corrupted by the Wyrm. They are called banes. Banes, like all spirits, are creatures of the Umbra. Should you encounter one, it will use its spirit charms and its attempts to corrupt you. It has been known to possess both mortals and garou on the real world, on the material world, forcing them to do evil deeds. And if it need be, it can manifest physically, and it appears in a horrifying, monstrous form, in a way that is made to instill fear and loathing in those that see it. They come in many varieties. Some of them can be classified almost, based upon what they seem to be an aspect of, what a negative aspect of the world. But some of them are unclassified too. There are too many varieties of them. Now, just like garou and Gaia has its cairns, its places of magical might, deep within the world, hidden in the most darkest places, the Wyrm has its cairn. These are places of poison and plague, of unholy energies and dark magics that attempt to seep up into the surface. They attempt to spread their taint and corruption, and at most forces some to appear of it. Forces of the Wyrm following this little trail of taint that the garou battles back against. The clergy of the Wyrm, the black spiral dancers, go to these places to learn the gifts they gain from their master. The garou have done a great job of keeping them secure deep within the world. The surface itself is well protected, but underground it is hollowed out with little holes of dark taint that seems to be there. But again, the surface has remained quite clear. Occasionally a horror will emerge from this world, though, and the war against it will be waged. Many myths and legends of famous heroes defeating monsters within culture is actually associated to Wyrm beasts, Wyrm monsters, horrors coming to the surface and being battled against by the garou. And the veil has hidden this. But when we come to this modern time, it is unfortunate, because man has created much of the taint that the Wyrms seek to do. Biopollution, just pollution in general, radiation, chemical waste, toxic waste. These elements that are associated with these Wyrm cairns, man is creating them and giving a breeding ground for the Wyrm upon the surface. Something that the garou did not expect, that humanity would help the Wyrm get a foothold. These places become similar to the cairns of the Wyrm. They become places that they are connected to, and they're places of radiation or toxic. People disappear around them. Don't get near them. and children born near them begin to be tainted by it. Abominations, mutations appear, of course. These are tainted places associated with the Wyrm's own cairns. Now, the Wyrm would like nothing more than to capture a cairn of Gaia and corrupt it and defile it. These are things that it lives for, defiling these magical places of the garou. It also lives for defiling the garou themselves. Individuals, packs, tribes, like the Black Spiral Dancers, have fallen to the Wyrm. The temptation of the Wyrm is powerful, and it finds its way of seeping its way in. It finds a garou that is conflicted, that has come upon some kind of problem that is trouble overcoming, some kind of challenge or difficulty in its life, something that forces it to have these conflicted emotions. And it offers a gift. A small gift. Something that will help that garou accomplish what it has been vexed over, what it has been eating away at it. And once it has, it asks for a small favor. Just a small one. Something that, in the long run, will cause catastrophe. Catastrophe to the garou that is there. Force them out of where they are. Force them to become a traitor. Now they're on the run. And who should help them? But the Black Spiral Dancers are willing to offer them the hand. Or a bane. And now that they've given a hand, another favor. And the cycle deepens. That now the garou is in with the Wyrm. And the corruption is seeping in. These traitors are the greatest threat to garou. They know the locations of cairns that the Wyrm would seek to corrupt. They know the times of moots where they're going to be. Meetings. They know the secrets of their tribe. This information gets into the Wyrm. And in this modern time, there are more and more traitors. There's mistrust between the tribes. Mistrust which is leading to hatred, to war. Mistrust because of these traitors occurring, of this betrayal occurring, because you never know who's going to turn on who. And the Wyrm just laughs. For the garou, because of just a few, are turning on themselves. So that's it for today. I started to talk about the Wyrm, introducing you to it. I first talked about the banes. They're spiritual minions. I talked about the Wyrm cairns, a powerful place of twisted corruption where those that serve the Wyrm go to learn, and many of its beasts reside, ready to emerge upon the surface and cause great damage. I also talked about the corruption of a garou, the fall of one of the servants of Gaia to becoming a servant of the Wyrm, and what that means for them. In the next episode, we will talk of the Black Spiral Dancers, the fallen tribe, and of course the Fomori, the corrupted mortals. We'll move on from there to talk about other antagonists that Werewolf might face, other than the Wyrm. So if you have any questions, comments, anything you would say, anything you think I left out, please leave in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel, the Empire, the work I do. If you want to show some extra support, you can always check out my Patreon, link to the description below. But regardless, until next time, I bid you farewell.